successful. Right now, first things first, I understand the fact that a lot of people, really came at. No, I mean, I'm not sure they came at me because everybody was airing their own opinion, so I wouldn't consider that as anyone coming at me. But I'll tell you for a fact that it was just, there was a whole lot of mixed feelings and reactions as regards that particular post. Because I mean, how can you stay in an industry where people are striving to, get hold of capital, which is very hard, right? And we are saying that if they are trading below 50k, is stress, right? Below 25k stress and stuff like that. But the thing there is that it's just the truth, right? Because I remember I made a post also about how you can actually scale up and though I didn't talk about the importance, but I stated it out. But a lot of people were still commenting in the comment section that, hey, this scale up something is sounding easy, because why I said that, first of all, go and learn, leave making profit, go and learn how to trade. That's the first step. Second step, ensure that you have learned how to trade. All right. Then once you have, you have that edge, you know how to trade, you really know how to trade. Now, your next goal is not to be playing around $5,000 account, $10,000 account. You are going to do it for a start, right? Don't misquote me, right? But once you do it, you should have a goal. Because I have look, I've been long in this industry, right? And I always say this year will be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 years is not 9 months. It's not 9 days. Do you understand? So I have seen a lot of people in the industry. I've seen a lot of personalities in the industry, right? Some that have evolved, some that remain the same. I have seen them. And me myself, I'm not the same as I used to be 9 years ago. I have evolved really good. Okay, so I think perhaps I might be in the best position to actually point this out, to let you know that, look, wherever you are, and I am making it, because some people were like, oh, you are saying this because right now you can afford it. Well, I wish I saw someone that said this earlier. It would have given me an insight to not waste too much time, to make me plan towards my goal. Because some of you might be thinking, once I get payout, right now I trade, I get payout, I'm good, I don't have any issue again. I'll just they not even plan their daily expenses and say, okay, every month I will collect $200, these and manage my family with this one, and then you remain in that cycle of lack of abundance, and you think you are doing well. And one thing, see, you see that same trade that you take, right? That same trade that you take, and like that same trade that gives you $100, that exact same trade that gives you $100 is the same trade that give another person $10,000. It's the same trade that give another person $50,000, $1,000 in profit. So I don't see why, in as much as you are celebrating your wins, please ensure to know that there is always room to win bigger. There's always room to win more. But the thing that differentiates you from the other person who is winning more is your lack of plan. And that is why, by every step you find yourself, I'm trying to figure out a trading system that works, or I'm trying to build my own trading system, or whatever you are doing, make sure you do it well, do it once and for all, do it well, and then make sure you're out of that phase and not coming back there anymore. I can't say at this my stage now, I'll be looking to see how to let me go back again and check one thing that has to do with my edge. Because why? When I was dealing with my edge, I was not looking at payout. When I was dealing with finding that strategy that will work, I was not looking at, I want to win one trade and make more money to buy one thing. I was only focused on, I want to make sure I know, or I have a trade strategy that can put me at advantage in the market and make me make money. That was it. That was it for me. It's just like, for example, let me give you guys an insight. It's just like your house. You want to clean your house, okay? And then you decide to say, okay, I want to start from my room. Once I finish cleaning my room, I'll come to the living room. Once I'm done with the living room, I'll go to the kitchen. Once I'm done with the kitchen, I'll go to the toilet and clean it up. Now, if you don't clean your room once and for all, make sure everything, you have folded the clothes, you have dusted everything is, you are done. Only then you know that, yes, okay, now where's the next place I say I want to go to? Well, let me go to the sitting room. Well, if you go there, you didn't sweep the floor. You just cleaned the windows. And then you went to the sitting room and started sweeping the sitting room. Then once you're done with the living room, you now go to the kitchen and go and start washing plates. You realize that when you are working, no doubt, but when you take a step back and look, everywhere is still everywhere is a mess. So how do you measure your growth? How do you know? Because that's where a lot of people are being stuck, and then they are frustrated, and then when they stay there for years because they keep seeing that everywhere is not looking clean, it's not looking good, despite the work and effort they are putting into, then they now come out and start telling you that, I don't tire for this thing, just the waste person time and scam. Bro, I will not say we. People are making money from the market. There's no way I can emphasize this thing again. People are making bastard money from this same market that you're calling scam. It's not everything that will come on the TL and we'll talk about. Because we can't really explain it. Because I thought about, writing a tweet to break that tweet down. But when I type it too much, it's true. I say, you guys should come, let me just talk. So you guys will understand. If those that understand, if you don't understand, well, it's all up on you. But what I'm trying to say here is, one thing you should accept first, because for me personally, right, I don't like doing things that will waste my time. To be honest with you, I really don't like it. So if I want to go into something, or maybe a new skill, I like to go and first of all look at somebody who is successful in that skill. Not just by the cars he's posting or by the houses. I will find a way to get close to the person and then see that the guy withdraw. I see that you trade this trade, you withdraw the money, you spend them. And once I see that, any other thing I see in the industry does not concern me again until I achieve what that guy achieves. And that's what I did. That was what I did. Though when I started learning how to trade far back, right, trading was not as popular as this. There was no Habi, there was no Jeff Benson. It was only the white guys. So Nigerians were the guys that were trading in Nigeria were always hiding it. They don't used to shout. It was like cult. They don't shout. So it was hard to find traders. And it was because I was looking for traders. That's why in 2023, when the internet, everything was now, Web 2 was now very, 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 very established because of the adoption by the government of social media in 2013. So a lot of communities started coming into social media, and then I didn't know about the forex until who's raising his hand? I will send the mic to everybody, but for now, okay, Raf. For now, I just don't want people to be making noise, so it doesn't disrupt the flow of our conversation, right? Don't worry, we'll have a good time out here, and trust me, you definitely know that you didn't waste your time coming here today. I'm not worried about the numbers. If you guys are few, the better. All right, but as long as you are here, whatever I say is voltage, and that's it. All right. So, like I was saying, so I have to look for, because it's step by step. If I choke my leg inside something, there's no turning back. I'm the kind of person and you have to adopt that mindset. So for you to tell yourself that, look, I told my family, I told everybody around me, see, in this life that I come to, is either is one of two things. I'm not settling for the middle. It's either I die poor or I die wealthy. I'm not going to be a mediocre. I'm not going to settle for middle. I'm not going to manage life. I'm not going to be a what they call that, middle class. Either I'm poor, like when I say poor, wretched, or I'm wealthy. So you imagine that person with that kind of mindset. So you know that yes, it's not only about I want to win. I also want to fail, just in case I don't win. But you get the point. So imagine that kind of mindset. So before I go into something, before I came into the forex market, I made sure I went to look for somebody who I could see that yes, so actually they make money from this market, and not just anybody just coming to show me that, oh, I'm making money from the market. Oh, I bought a car, Forex did. Who knows whether it's your uncle that bought the car for you, and you come and say Forex did, and me, make me believe, whereas Forex is a scam, and you're wasting my time. So the moment I found that, and I knew that, okay, now what's the next step? I need knowledge, and I went wide and far to find this knowledge. It's not one thing that somebody will pay one mentor because you did not do your research and about the mentor, and then the mentor does not deliver. Then you come and start complaining. Who are you crying? Who are you crying wolf to? Who are you crying to? You have to dust yourself, get up. I fell down. Maybe I did not do my due diligence. It's on you. Move on to the next one. Make sure you get until you get that information. There's no time to complain. No time to cry. When I come on TLT to borrow, I see some people say I paid him money. He did not do this thing. should I come and start recounting my own times when I was paying those South African guys as at that time $900? It's not like I even had the money. Sometimes I borrow this money. Sometimes do you understand my point? Sometimes I make friends with I see this thing will make over. I'll collect. I want to do the thing to not work. I'm owing them and they will be pressing my neck. Will I now come and start complaining that I paid one person until did not work and blah blah blah? So you need to understand that you are in an industry that is full of risk. It is your duty to find out what works and follow it. If it's not working, if it's not clear to you, please don't enter. If the forex market is seeming not clear to you, that seeming like everybody has come, or people are not really getting it right here, please don't enter until you find someone that is actually doing it right. Then you enter, because the uncertainty and risk could take your time, waste your time. That when the real thing that's supposed to change your life now come to you, you now shove it away and say, I don't spend 5 years for this industry. I don't send it. I better go focus on that thing, and that's how you just ruined the lifetime happiness of your generation because of your inability to pay attention to detail and be meticulous about everything you are finding in the market till you get the result. So if you are here today and you think that capital is your problem, then I put it to you that you might be playing around in the bush. Yeah. So capital is not the problem. The problem is the skill set. Can you beat your chest and say, it's not skill set of Nepal. There's what they call Nepal light skill set. You on today, tomorrow you off. Can you beat your chest and say, me, I know that I know what I am doing in this market? If you know you cannot beat your chest to that, please, majority of you are quite young, so you supposedly think you have time, but I put it to you, there is no time. So if you know you have time well enough, maybe you are under your parents' house, they are feeding you, they are paying your bills for you, they are paying your school fees. If you know you can learn by yourself, sit down, try as much as possible to move around, do your research, find the syllabus that work, and start learning. It will take you time. That's what I did. It took me time, right? But definitely you give it 2-3 years, you get there. All right, you get there. But if you know you don't have that time, please, what your goal right now is just to get the skill. It's not the capital that's a problem. Go and find. There are a lot of profitable traders that are out there that are profitable. Some offer mentorship. Those that offer mentorship, go and learn from them. The ones that offer free mentorship, go and learn from them. But make sure you look for a mentor that has your time. Okay? That can hold your hands well enough. Because at the end of the day, you're not trying to pay anybody because of the skill. You're trying to pay them to acquire the skill and limit your time of you searching for that skill by yourself. So once you know that you have gotten that skill, or you have gotten somebody that has put it to you that makes you understand how the market works, you now get clarity, you now know what's happening in the market. Now, it's not enough for you to now say you are going to be profitable. Please don't rush. To be honest with you, to be very honest with you, for you to start becoming genuinely profitable as a trader, give or take, you need 2 to 3 years. I don't know how this may sound to you, but I am sorry. Deeply from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. You need 2 to 3 years. And these 2 to 3 years, not because of you came to mark register, is you need to constantly do the same thing, looking for that knowledge, getting the knowledge, mastering that knowledge, mastering your emotions for 2 to 3 years. By the time, funny enough, there's no time to read, but by the time you're approaching 2 years, you will start feeling that there's changes. It doesn't have to be 3 years, but when you're getting to that point, you start feeling changes. And when you start feeling the changes, you don't just end there and say, I don't disappear, and you continue. The more you continue, the more you realize that the way you were in 2023 is not the way you were in 2025. You're now a beast. Okay, so guys, the skill is very, very important. That's why I gave you guys the analogy of you trying to clean your house and you're starting from the room. But instead to finish up with the room with everything, fold the clothes, clean the room, clean everything inside, and no longer going back to the room. You only went there and cleaned the window. You left the floor, it's still messy. If the bed is not late, now went to the sitting room. Look at sitting room, try to sweep and finish sitting room. You just went there and then what did you do in sitting room? You just swept the floor and left the place dusty. Then you left there and went to the kitchen. By the time you step back and look at the house is still messy. Then you have spent time. So why don't you go tidy up the room and no, I'm no longer coming back here. I have finished. The room represents your skill. I'm done with this, no other thing. Now the next thing is going to the sitting room to start with small accounts, so that you can equally scale up. Because right now you know that, hey, I already have the skill. All right, but then having that skill is not enough, because some of you will have the skill and then start dwelling with your skill inside a pond, 5k account, 10k account, just a pond. $20, $50. Yes, if you want to test your skills, sometimes you can say, I do it a lot. I'll say, let me even test this my skill self. I know. I'll fund $10. And then that's, by the way, I used to play when I'm bored. Not when I'm taking serious, but we are having access to money glitch where you can actually print as much as you can based on your skill, and you are dwelling with $10, $20. Are you playing here? Did you actually come here to play? Let's talk. Did you come here to play? If you came here to play, I will excuse you, leave. Just leave this place, it's not for you. If you know you came here to play, then you can leave this place. Go and have fun. But if you really know you came here to change your life and that of your family and people around you, you are not supposed to be wasting time. And wasting time does not equate you, I need to make money today. It starts from acquiring that knowledge. Make sure you're mastering that knowledge ASAP. As if it's going to take you 2 years, start your 2 years from now. If it's going to take 3 years, start it from now. Because you might be in the first industry for the past 3 years and you're only starting your journey 3 years later. Funny enough. And then you come on the lamp shouting, I've been here for the past 10 years. Nobody gives a fuck. How much have you made? Sorry for the effort, child. Do you get, guys? So when you have mastered the skill, you will now come into the pond. Now, where's the pond? The pond is where you start trading all those small $10, 5k account, 10k accounts. But you now have to start preparing yourself to go into the sea, where you now start operating like the whales, because you cannot afford to be in a place where you can print money as much as you can and you'll be printing peanuts. So how do you scale up? You have the skill right now. You get a 5k account. Don't just stay there and be collecting payout to 200. Somebody was saying that he wants to be making $200 every week. If you make $200 every week, what happens to you planning for the third week? And even if you say you have bills to settle and you're saying, out of my $200, I'm saving $100, and then you save it and buy at least a 50k account. Because I tell you for a fact here, let me tell you something, guys. You see this particular trade here, this one trade. If you were to trade this trade on a 5k account, 1% of 5k account is please.
$50.
$50, right? Good. Now this is a 1 to 3. So you have gotten $150 from this particular trade. Now, you are already calculating on $150. How much is $150? By the time you sniff, hit him, it's remaining $20. But this same trade on a $100,000 account, 1 to 3, 1% is $3,000. You are done for that month. In fact, you just sit down and wait for payout. While the next person is saying, let me trade again. The next trade, I went at the next trade. You are done for that month. Even if you say, okay, I don't want to go to really hard, I want to do 0.25 and 0.5 rather. That's actually really should be trading a huge account. You realize that small thing, the same strategy or the same trade you are taking, when you're taking 5k account, small, you have seen money everywhere scatter. So you realize that at that point you'll be operating from where? From a point of abundance. Now tell me what you would do with 3% of 100k, $3,000. Tell me what you would do with it. Now you can easily say, okay, I want to save $500. I want to invest. Sorry? What? Okay, see, this is why I say I don't want to give you guys the mic. I don't want interruption. Now, what can you do with 3k? You say, I want to use $500 save. I want to use $500 give my parents. I want to use the other $500 to do for aside for in case of incasity. I want to use this other one to buy another 100k account. You can plan just one trade. Man, you realize that life is simpler, life is easier. But imagine what you will plan. You say? Ralph, you say what? Alright, so I didn't hear what Ralph said. So you realize that imagine what you can do with that just that 3%, even 2% of $100,000. Now imagine what you would have done with your 5k. So you realize that the limitation that comes with you after getting that skill in swimming in a pond is that you want to make more. And then it's stressful because you're always in the market trying. That's why you'll be having fall down today, fall down tomorrow, next tomorrow, that kind of thing. But when you have understood that you are in the pond and then try to grow yourself to getting into the sea where you can now trade with the whale, at that point, is Ralph Mike giving us issues? I've muted him. At that point, you can now see that you will be operating from a point of abundance where you can now relax and plan. You trade less, right? You are not always in the market trying to catch every move in the market. All you just do is sit, relax, gain clarity. Once you see your setup, you strike. Once you strike, you get your TP, your profit, and you sit down and plan and execute what you want to do with the money. So you see that I'm not pushing anybody to say that because of I have gotten there, so therefore it's easier said than done. But people that are struggling, that don't have, what do they do? I tell you guys something, right? When the odds of failing is high, a man will find a way to win. He must find a way to win. When you check here, you see that I will fail. You check here, I will fail. You check here, everywhere the odds are high that you will fail. You must find a way to win. So if you say, I don't have money to buy account, I'm struggling, or I don't have, that small money you have, you don't go and learn the skill well enough. That small money you see, you clearly don't have, you will lose. That's why poor men are the ones that are losing gambling. That's why poor men are the ones that lose. The companies don't have money, but yet they're the ones that spend the most. Rich man will just sit down, one big account, one move. That same trade that poor man 2-5 times. One will cover up everything that person who is struggling is taking. What does that tell you? You have to scale up fast. And the only way for you to scale up fast is not the money, it's the skill. If you must take your time and learn the skill, please go and learn the skill. If you must pay, go and pay. Anything you want, just make sure you have gotten that skill well enough. And don't just think that, I've gotten the skill, then you now feel that, make sure you get, it's just like somebody telling you that this is a pathway to making money. You just, and the way be that, you just say, may I just follow them to go. Go and sit down and ask, now I know that it's this direction. But how do I know that I know it very, very well? You practice. Because I tell you for a fact, you can stay in the pond for so long, and you see your mates doing the same forex with you, building house, buying cars, and then you'll be saying, sure, say this, because it's not working for you doesn't mean it's not working for other people. Just get that clear. Get it clear. So please, to clarify that talk, right? The fact still remains that trading any amount of money below 50k when it comes to prop firm, okay, is stressful. Take it or leave it. Because we're even talking about prop firm now, and you are playing around with $5,000. How many percent you want to withdraw from $5,000 before you build your own personal funding? Don't you want to have your own personal funding up to 50k? Don't you want to have your own personal funding up to $10,000? Don't you want it? That is, this is my own money. That's what the bigger profit account will give to you. By the time you do 2% on this 100k account, do 3% on this 100k account, that's $5,000. Before you know it now, you already have your own personal portfolio of $2,000. Is it bad if you have it for yourself? Must you always wait? Must you always put you under condition to say you will not withdraw until it's April 3rd? Can't you trade today and withdraw now? Don't you want to be that? So guys, please, it is possible here. It is very, very possible, and people are really making it. So that's for how how you can actually, I'm going to give the room for, question and answer. For those of you that might want to ask questions, you can definitely request for the mic. I would answer your questions as it comes in. Now, that's for scaling up. So you need to understand that why you're actually trading your 5K account is because you want to make payouts and buy a bigger profit account, $100,000 account. So once you make payout, you can now make that one consistently over time and then start building your personal portfolio. You don't want to be at the mercies of this prop firm where they will tell you today they deny your payout, or tomorrow they tell you you don't want to be in that scenario. So the earlier you use this opportunity, the better. And this opportunity you guys are having right now is, you guys don't know the luck you guys have at this time. During our time, there's nothing like prop firm. We used to gather family and friends' money, investors' money to trade. You will lose it and you go into debt. But now you guys have prop firm that you can leverage. Just don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. In a 100K account, you know that you have the capacity to do 5%, 10%, do 2%. So that prop firm will not look at you and say, I'm milking them. They're not here to pay you. They're not your friend. They're not charity organization. They're here to make sure you don't make money, just so you know. So don't get deceived and think, the world is fair. After I trade, I followed my rules. Even at the point that you followed your rules, they will still not give you your money. So what you need to do, you need to operate under the radar with a plan. Quickly get out of the pond. 5K, 10K, those are not accounts. When you trade a 100K account once or a 50K account once, and you see that one small move with your same setup, you are seeing $1,000 in floating profit, then you understand how struggling you have been. So quickly do fast and get out of there. Own a 100K account. At most, if you know you can't get a 100K account, get your payout from your 5K. Trade your 5K well. Grow with it. Take payout, first payout, second payout. Get a 50K. Get a 25K account. Before you know, you have traded, get a 50K account. Before you know, you have traded, going to pay out, get a 100K account. And once you get a 100K account, don't just sit down there and say, I don't arrive. You start using words like, you don't feed me, you don't pay my bills. You have not gotten anywhere. Now your next mission is, after you've gotten your 100K account, your next mission is to now start making payouts, to now start growing your own personal account, your own personal. There's nothing wrong. And people have it. There's nothing wrong in you having a 100K personal funded account. Nothing wrong at all. You are the same head you have, the same head I have, the same head every other person you are looking up to has. Nobody is different. Somewhere you're raising up your hand, I would send you the mic here. So you get the point. So please, guys, have that in mind. All right, have that in mind. But first, before you start going to scaling up and getting to the, orchestrating the plan of how you want to grow learn this skill very well. Learn it first. When you learn the skill, every other thing profitable will become your own. It comes to you. It's not something you strive for. It should just become by itself. You just dey chill. You see account, you don't trade and you don't pass them. Yeah, so that's that on that. Then when we talk about before I move on to the next, do you guys have any question? Before I move on to me, then I like this question. That's from Lindsay. I like this question. All right, now if you have a 10K account and you know that, I'm not talking about having 10K account and you're there praying that God, please let me pass this one, God, I beg. If you are begging God just to pass this one, please drop that account and go back and start learning. This thing, there's no luck in this thing that we're doing here. There's no luck. There's no happiness that, oh God, I don't pass phase one. God, yes, you might be happy, but that's not the deal here. You pass phase one, you get your certificate, like hang it on the wall. If you do not bring money, you should not bring money out. So it's not about, oh God, I don't pass phase one, please let me just pass phase two. So if you know you have the skill, please, that your 10K is more than enough. As long as you have been able to tidy up two things. Make sure your gadgets that is to use to trade is up to date. So meaning that, okay, it depends. It depends on you. You can say, okay, let me get the 100K first. From the 100K, I can now buy as many gadgets as I want. But make sure your gadget is working for you well enough, comfortable for you to trade. Then make sure you are eating. For those of you, for that guy that asked that question, if you're under your parents' house and you're eating, or your auntie's house and you're eating, they're feeding you, and what else? They are paying the bills. If it's to wash plates that is blessing you because of you say, see my mate outside, I will be sending you down wash plate. Please go and wash that plate. If it's to sweep that is vexing you, please go and sweep. Because why? You have a plan. Now, okay, as long as I'm not taking care of bills, I'm not paying for food, at least the money I get right now, if I get, I don't know how much you make payout from your 10K account. So let's take for example, your 10K account. So let's take for example, you make 3% payout. I don't know how much that is in 10K. How much is that, please? Somebody say 450. How? Okay, wait to 300. Okay, good. So now you have 300. Now yes. Now this $300 now you made it. Say for example, you took that percentage, so you are left with maybe around 270 there about. Good. Now for a person who does not pay bills, you're under your parent house or you're under somebody that is
taking care of to be realistic. You are going to collect 10.
What?
I said you are going.
I didn't get that.
You are going to collect
10. Okay, good. All right, 210. Yeah. Okay, all right, cool. So 210. Let's work with 210. So now you know that, okay, fine. I'm not paying any bill. I'm not paying. That's for somebody who's under his father's house or mother's house or auntie. You're not paying bills, but they are feeding you. The only problem is that they are versing that they are telling you to come and wash plate, blah blah blah. Please keep washing the plate. You have a plan. You soon leave. Now the next thing you do is, you have 200. You might have your own personal things. Put yourself under a strict budget and say, okay, I can manage 50K for this month. All right, the remaining 150 you keep it. Go and check how much is 50K account on any of the reputable profit, not the one that will deny your payout. Go and check 50K account. If it's not enough for you, if you want it fast to scale up from that 10K faster, move from 10K and go to 25. 25 is cheaper. You can see 25K for like, I don't know how much. It's $200. I don't know, but you can see. So you know, okay, we need to pay out. You're going 25K. Now, all you need to do is first of all, trade your 10K, secure profit. Once you have secured the profit, delete the 10K from your MT5 account. Now focus on your 25K account to pass phase 1. Once you are doing the next payout come, if you don't know what to do with the money, save it. I always say, if the money is up to $300, go and buy gold. And this particular conversation right now, I can't talk about it right here, because that's not why we're here. You need to back your future by gold, but let's leave that conversation for another time. All right? If you don't know what to use your money to do, save your money. Let's leave that gold talk for now. Save your money. Now go back again. You secured profits. You are working on the 25K. Now once you get that 25K out, now you are funded 25K plus 10K. That's 35,000. Now you only just trade on 2 accounts and just secure profits. You're not going to the market to go and look for any trades. You have to shop every day. You only once you have secured that profit, it's 3% or 2%, whatever it is. Once you have secured it, you're not looking at that account anymore. You should have it. Don't say because you have the potential of getting 5%, 10%, you must do 10%. You risk payout denial. 2-3% lock the account. This one 2% lock the account. Now once you get payout, it's okay. I've gotten this payout. Now what do I do now? I need to upgrade. Can this money buy me 100K? No. Okay. Then can it buy me 50K? Yes. Buy 50K. That month, first of all, focus on your 2 funded account. Make sure you have locked payout for the next month. The next, move on. If one of your accounts is on drawdown, don't force it. But don't say you must not. It's not a must to withdraw every payout cycle. It's not a must. I'm saying this because some of you right now might not be as experienced as us. Okay, it's not a must. So if there are sometimes we miss, as long as your feeding is okay, and your bills are getting paid, you have some savings that you're waiting for another payout, allow that money to go by. Leave that account in front down. Move on to the next one. Your aim is it's not to maintain the 10K account though, because last you go dash that 10K account out to somebody. Yes, you dash it out because your aim is to make sure you just secure payout just to make life keep going. But your aim is to pass the 50K account. Now, once you pass 50K account and you're operating on 50K account, please, you have 25K, you have 50K, dash that 10K account, dash it out. See, you have to start rebuking the limitation mindset. You have to start removing it immediately and focus on your 50 and 25. When you get payout from there, you get to 100K. But I bet you, the profit you receive from 25K alone, you'll be vesting for 5K. Then the profit you receive for 50K, you'll be vesting for 10K. The profit you receive for 100K from 100K account, you'll be vesting for 25K account. Just that's how it is. Because you realize that you will not stress too much. Money just full everywhere. You will not stress too much. One small trade just move up like this. You are seeing $500, $1,000. Like it will just it's you that even close the trade. Say, how much is $1,000? Are you playing with me right now? You just say I don't secure payout, man. I'm done. Let me plan. Where I first collect this one first. Take profit first, not V1s. Collect them first. Distribute shocking everywhere. Make sure there's money In fact, split money inside your account. Let money in one put that account lying down there and not touching. Let one be doing picnic in your OP account. Just scatter money everywhere. Come back. What are you trying to do at this point? You are building an environment of abundance, and only from abundance can you operate and make wealth. It's not I put hand for ground, I put hand for mouth, and I chop. No. Abundance means you know that there's money in this account. There's even more money in one account I've forgotten. There's money, because you have shocking money everywhere. If you just open one app, just see money inside, see 50k for here, see this 100k for here. At that point, you know that it's sure you die. If you ransack yourself up and down, money must be somewhere. And then you are still trading and bringing more money. So you realize that at some point in time, you're no longer wanting to hear 50k account. That's why you look at the majority of your those that jump into the highest, account size that they have there. If it's 200k account, 100 next, they are buying that one. You get the point? If it's 500k account, they are buying that one because 1% of 500k, please do the maths. And don't look at it and say, it's hard. You come out 500k, I know if you trade on my psychology. Without them, that nonsense talk. You don't want to be rich. You don't like money. So that's for someone who is under his family. But for somebody who is not under his family, that's where multiple planning has to come into play. This is not time to even make mistake. This is not time to make mistake. You have to plan. See, who's the phone sending me a message, bro? Any other question? Ask me. Send your question. I sent someone the mic. I don't know who that person is. Any other question, real quick?
Yeah, I sent the message.
Okay, let me check. All right. So, where's the message? Yep. Okay. Sonny said, "What about us that are students? How do I do live by myself? No support from anyone. I had to use my last capital to buy 2 5k accounts. How do you think we can manage and survive in this industry?" Okay. Oh, people are even trying to send me. Okay, I've added everybody that's trying to send message in the group. I just saw your request. So I added you, DBT, Uche, Tony Small. All right. Yeah, I've added you guys. Okay, for you that are students, you that fall into the category of I left home to feed home. I always tell people that at the beginning, the harder it is, and you can endure with a plan, the better for you. The beginning is not always easy. So imagine you have to plan, get a payout of 5k. That's the same 210 that Raf talked about, 210,000. You are paying bills, you are the one feeding yourself, and then you still have to save money. Now you see this aspect here. And many people actually go through it. So me, I will tell you for a fact that at that period of time in the beginning, when you know that yes, I already have a skill, but I know that I can trade this 5k account very well and make payouts. All right, bro, you have been hungry before. The hunger did not kill you, and it will not kill you. Even if it is for you to go hungry when you have, it's a hard truth. It's very, very hard to take, but it is what it is. Even if it's going to take you to be hungry, even when you have $200 sleeping in your account. If you can hold till you get a bigger account. People don't know how fast your life can change if you apply that same skill on a bigger account. The thing you were worrying about yesterday will be like child's play when you hear about it tomorrow. You have been hungry yesterday, you're hungry the day first, you were hungry last week. You cannot be hungry today for tomorrow. You'll be hungry tomorrow. So if it's to say, I'm going to discipline myself, it's only when it's now hook your neck. You cannot say, let me just take so just to survive another day. Though you will drop a little bit, but you know that you're going to hold for a little while, depending when the next come out. Because at the end of the day, that same account that you are pinching from, to say I made payout 210, I don't sort my bills, I don't pay this one. If you do mistake and get a 100k account, let's stop talking about 100k account here now. If you do mistake and get a 25k or a 50k account, and you know that you have the same skill using trading, that's your 5k account and you're passing it, and you trade this one. On God, if you taste that money. See, you know the funniest part? When I made that tweet, people were under the comment section who has experienced that were also concurring to it. So it's not like I'm making this up because I'm privileged to be there. Though I thank God I'm there. But I'm not coming to rub it on your face to make you feel that, I know they try. They try. And I was also there, but was anybody there to tell me how they try? Like I told you, my mantra was either I make it, I die poor, or I die wealthy. So that was my mantra. So I was not ready to put so much money. Start telling me that no worry, pat me on the back, no worry, go be one day. I don't need that. Don't tell me it will be one. Believe me, I know. I have to face the reality of what it is, and make sure I get myself out of there fast. So you that are talking about, you son that's asking that question, that you have 5K account. I know you try to buy that account. You are trying. I'm not going to remove that. But if you taste 50K account, what I did was, okay, it's another question. All right, if you taste 50K account payout, and the funniest part, it becomes easier up there. Small move, you don't lock. Small trade, you don't lock 2%. You will lock 2% in, even if you use 0.5% per risk. You will lock 3% in just 2 trades. 2% on 100K is how much? That's $2,000. 2% of 50K is how much? Do the maths now. That's $1,250. Let them remove their money. We are still good. Even if you don't get payout for the next 2 months, you are still good. All right. So you just have to stick to the goal. That's why you have to have a plan. You know that almost I can get this team. All right. Just make sure you have something that is aiding you to survive. If it's that 5K that giving the payout to survive, be collecting it, be trading, but still be crying at the same time. Not as much as, oh yes, you got $210 from the 5K account. Oh, that's good, fantastic. You made this money from that account. Oh yeah, I went on soft. Still be crying, because if you have a bigger account, you smile better. All right. Now DBT said, what I did, guys. If you have questions, right? We've passed the early stage. I may try and touch what I said earlier for those that just joined, because I see that quite a number of people have joined again, right? I may touch those other things I said earlier while I talk about. If you have any question now, please ask your questions, okay? Ask your questions. All right. DBT said that what I did was use my savings to buy my first 5K account, then kept using demo and taking trades only with my mentor setup. After passing and getting payout, bought another account for myself to practice. And if I make any withdrawal from that other account, not to scale up 3% goal for a month. Fantastic. Now, see, this is someone, DBT, this is someone with a plan. That's what I'm talking about. Your plan doesn't have to be what Uncommon is saying. Your plan should be peculiar to you. You will sit down, you draft it if I feel. Sometimes your plan may even include your family members. Sometimes your plan may even include your family members. You might say, if you just collect that $100 away, my uncle wants, for those of you that are privileged, my uncle wants to give me for Christmas. Instead of buying a Christmas shoe, I just tell him that I want that money for something. So I can you have to find a way. That's why I said, when the odds of failing is high, a man will find a way to win. He must find a way to win. You cannot just stay there and say, you still want to kill you and say, kill me. Joy, use your mic, Joy. You stay in this world, somebody want to kill you, just lie down there and say, hey, kill me, there's nothing I can do. You will not try and fight, at least give it a fight before they will eventually kill you. So when you are here, you will see that what I said earlier, the basis of what I said earlier was honing that skill. See that skill, it makes life easy for you. It makes life easy for you. Do you know, sometimes I can actually come and say, okay, out of my profit, I'll just say, make I go check this my skill, whether it makes sense. Just I don't show this things online, because like I said, I'm not in the business of pressuring anybody or trying to make anybody feel that I have. What I have is what I have. It's with me. It's not for you. It's not for anybody. It's for me to eat and enjoy myself, right? I cannot now come and start saying, I'm not sure. Sometimes I'll just play $100 in the market, $200 in the market, and I'll just look at the way I trade. See the way I trade here. So you know, say, I know come here. Come follow all of you and play, but not the same. See the way I trade here. One single setup. Look at it. This is where I trade. This is it. So it's not shoot bird, mama fly. See, if someone enters a setup from here, all right, and you're supposed to put your SL below here, and you target here, let's target where I took my profit. All right, because that was the all-time high on silver. Silver and gold moves in the same direction. All right, and we're expecting silver to get to $60. So it's bullish, very strongly bullish. So this is supposed to give me 1 to 6.5. So let's just say 1 to 7. Okay, so I enter one position here. I will now hold. Now, because I know that this is my directional bias, let's calculate 1 to 7, right? Let's calculate how much I've made from that 1 to 7. Somewhere that means 1 to 7. This is 1 to 3. This is 1 to 3. That's 1 to 6. This is another 1 to 3.7. That's 1 to 4. So 6.4. 6 plus 4. That's 10. This one here is 4. That's 14. This is what? This is 2.9. That's 3. So 14 plus 3. That's 1 to 17. On what I just entered one trade and do 1 to 7. Calculated 1 to 17. So you look at me and think I came here to joke. Now, it's not because of I'm a magician. It's because I have that skill. That skill cannot permit me to do I cannot maximize. What I just did right now is maximizing the skill. Not because of it. It's not the same entry that you have seen that you have taken and hold the 1 to 6. But I maximize because I have that skill and I know how to use it. I don't trade the same thing. This is the setup I draw for you guys on gold. Okay, this is the same setup I draw for you guys on gold. Okay, from here, TP was here. Simple. I've delivered my own quota. Everybody has made their own money and they've gone. But yet, they don't enter that entry. I will have that one here again. Do you understand my point? Because it is my skill. Take account forward, take it back. Bring 5K, bring 10K, bring 100K. It's the same skill I apply to all of them. It is my skill. Because I know that price is going to take out this high based on the analysis that we have. But I cannot now say, oh, because of price is going to take out that high. All right, so I will not say because I know that price is going to get to this place. And then I enter from here. And what do? I take 1 to 3. Because my students know me. 1 to 3 is what I do majorly. 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. I just do it like I just chop like that. The next time to extend maybe 1 to 4. But see that 1 to 3, I will collect them first. By the time I collect like 5, 1 to 3. Calculate 3 times 5. That's 1 to 5, 1 to 3. That's like almost 1 to 8, right? 1 to 8, yeah, 5 times 3. If I want to now collect 1 to 16, you'll just view one's profit. And I can now do it. We'll see chop and ball. I like to maximize that particular, and that's why I don't trade all these setups here. All this pair. I don't trade all of them. If I just enter one, I'll stay on that one, milk 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 that one till he gets to where he wants to get to. That's the skill. So if I identify this trade now, this is 1 to 3. Now let's see how many I've taken. 1 to 3. Some people, I don't catch gold. I've been on gold. It's not about you catch gold. It's not about I've been on gold since last night. You're holding gold for 6 hours. How much did you make? That's the question. So now you do 1 to 3. But yeah, good. Now this is what I did. I did 1 to 3 here. I have another 1 to 3 here. This 1 to 6. This one now 1 to 3.2. 1 to 9. Just from the same 1 to 3 setup, and I've secured the bag because see them. I don't collect profit. This one that is running here, I don't care. It's already at break even. I really don't care. So it's about the planning. These are things that nobody will sit you down and show you. You will sit down and derive a plan. That's why majority of you right now want to pass profit account. You're taking 1 year, 1 month. Take your time and understand this skill. If you enter this trade 1 to 3 and that 1 to 3, you have already passed. No, let's talk. Just the same trade that you saw that you are shouting on Twitter. I saw this trade. I catch them. I don't hold on since last night. Since 2 hours I've been on the trade. I've been holding it. It's not about holding. How much have you been able to maximize? Because that is this setup you saw. It's not something that setups are not just. There are losses everywhere in the market. So when you see a setup, you have to have managed your skill well enough to be able to harness, chop as much as you can. Not just I made 1 to 3 from one. That same setup can give you 1 to 16 if you know how to. Look at this one here. I had on that setup here. I missed this one. So meaning, if this one now had come in and taken me, this would have been 1 to 3. This is another 1 to 3, 1 to 6 for a 1 to 3 setup. You need to be here for business. It's not a thing of you each one small profit that jump to Twitter to go and shout, hey, everybody, I don't make. It's not that one. As a matter of fact, what I make from this market is not all I post online. It's not all. just come and just post one thing and just let me not look at if I not appear. Because I don't know how many I want to be posting, to be honest with you. So please harness your skill. After you have acquired it, make sure you know how to milk that skill. It's not about milking the market. It's you. Can you milk your skill? When you milk your skill will help you milk the market. It's not you milking the market. Don't mistake it by I don't get set up of plenty pairs. No. If you can milk your skill will milk the market for you. It's not about catching. Well, I trade 5 pairs today now. 40p, 1 SL. No. I trade 1 pair today, and I chop 5 TP on top of that 1 pair, 1 setup. So guys, do you guys have any question you want to ask? So please, your skill is very, very important. It's very, 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 very important. Any other question? This one close to the week. They're going to dump. So let's see a continuation from here. Okay, someone was saying something. DBT, you said, how do you master not taking profit before hitting your TP? Because I use realistic. My pre-profit is very realistic. And what do I mean by that? You made an analysis, and I mean this trade was quite obvious to everybody to know that price is going to take the all-time high. It was quite obvious to everybody. You need to understand that 2 things that are very, very important when you're actually framing your setup. Your entry is very important. Your entry has to be, the more precise your entry is, the more smaller your SL will be. All right. So sometimes when you price hit your SL and then still go in your direction, is because you don't have a precise entry. So you have to figure out how to deal with your entry. Do you understand? So once you can deal with your entry, your SL will be reduced. And once your SL is reduced, it gives you more reward. So meaning that you can get more chance to make more reward. So imagine your SL was here now. It used to be 1-to-1. So some of you now will invest and say, 1-to-1. I'm too small. I know Nigerians and we Africans, we have one mentality. Not anything above 1-to-3, we don't like them. You see the white trade, the white people need that trade. The SL will be big like this. Big. Their TP will be here. This is their trade. Go and watch it, almost all of them. But we Africans, because we want to maximize it, we want to make sure we see more money. So if you want to make more, work on your entry. Make sure your entry has more precision. So it gives you, exactly. Now, why didn't I put this SL here? Some people put the SL and say want to protect the SL. There's no point putting my SL at that below because price has already mitigated this level. Price has no business coming down to this level. It has already mitigated it. So when you have that understanding, you can know that yes. So anything that makes price come there, you know that the chances are very, 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 very low. All right. So that's it. That's what happens, DBT. Any other question you guys want to ask me real quick? So still, guys. Please, if you know you have not mastered your skill, please go and master that skill very well. Right? Go and try. Keep trying. You can leave trading, pressing buy and sell for now. Sometimes you can just come to the charts and say, okay, I'm expecting price to come to this level. For example, I'm expecting price to come to this level. All right. All you just do is you just mark your what do you call this thing? Your long 2. All right. And then just watch it play out and just come and say, okay, price don't trigger them. Okay, let me see how it will play out. You don't necessarily have to always, press buy and sell in the market. You have to do what we call observational learning. All right, you have to do what we call observational learning. You have to be observing. It's not everything you just come, press and say, okay. I don't see okay at this point in time, price is going to do like this, and you don't have to do all this all the time. Is anybody raising his hands? If you don't want to chat, you don't want to drop, a question in the chat because you can't type. You can request for the mic, and we can talk. Any challenges you're going through, but one thing I must let you guys know, I'll just tell you, please, there's no rush to this thing, yeah. Please don't see. There's no rush. To be honest with you, no rush. When I'm talking about me doing 9 years in this industry, don't think I became profitable after 1 year. Though I didn't, have a specific mentor that mentored me directly, but I'll tell you from all the people that I learned here and they're trying to put the things together, the puzzle to understand, they were my passive mentors. All right. So at the end of the day, you have to learn. Success actually breeds success. So you look for people who already are doing this thing very well and learn from them, then go and practice. It took me 9 years, but out of these 9 years, I became profitable 4 years. 4. All right, 4. By the second year, I was already seeing it. Clear. I don't get them clear, but it was not. There was a time where I was losing, and I got to a point whereby it was just break even. That period, those years were just break even. I will win, I will lose. That was one of the most frustrating times. It will be like, say, today I'll be like I'm a professional. Tomorrow I'll be like I was a newbie. Like it was just, I was tracking the growth, and then at one point in time, I started winning more, and then at one point it's almost like, well, the market execution was born anyways. What's this? Justin is saying, not related, but how did you catch the last entry on gold? The last entry on gold was just simply 1 hour fair value gap. So you always need to anticipate gold at certain key levels, right? This was the TP point we're expecting price to reverse from. When price got there, what did you see happen? Price reversed. So one thing you should know about certain levels like this, you can go and study it. Let's say, for example, now this level. Anytime price breaks above this level with a candle. All right. So, for example, now this candle, price breaks above the candle with a candle, right? And then what happens? The next candle that comes into it is the what? Is the reversal candle. The candle that came to retest that level. Then, oftentimes than none, the next candle will come and sweep that one that came back to that reversal candle before it now expands. That's what causes the pullback when it now expands. So your duty is to now monitor what's above that key level, what's below the expansion candle that took out that key level. So looking inside here now, what do you see? A volume 2. All right, so that's how I took that trade. So I'm expecting price. Why am I expecting price to come here? For those of you that are my students, at your common university, you already know what I said. Once price mitigates a certain volume 2, it creates another volume 2. So that's why I'm expecting price to come back to this level. All right. So any other question, real quick? Real quick, before we call it a day? I think I hope that I've been able to explain to you guys why you should stop. Even if you find yourself in the pond where you are trading smaller accounts, why you should set up a plan. You don't have to execute that plan immediately. That today I just come out to get 100k account. You have it in your mind that I need to get 100k account. I don't know how, but let me just be doing what I'm doing currently right now. We get there, and as long as you have that plan, you just realize that anything you are doing will just be following in line. That's getting that plan. Before you open and close your eyes, bam, you are trying to you just have like $50 left to complete to buy a 100k account. But first of all, see that your skill. Please, if you know you've not really gotten that skill set very, very well, don't rush. There's no the market is not running away. When I came to this market, I was losing 4 years later, the whole 4 years. So imagine I did not do what I needed to do right within that 4 years. I would have wasted 4 years and still be a learner from that 4 years. That's 16 years. Well, how many years is that? 12 years. All right. So, but because of that time that I had that time, and I was learning, I made sure I put it to that learning, learned it. Today now I'm not benefiting the losses and frustration of 4 years that I had trying to learn. I'm not benefiting it now. So it's not about when you enter forex that matters. You can stay in the forex market for only God knows how long. If you are not good, you are not good. And one small child will just come to you and start learning forex in the front. 2, 3 months, 5 months, 1 year, 2 years, but has bought car, bought house. You'll be there claiming that when we start this in that time, this forex nothing. This forex no easy. That's what you'll be saying, talking tales by moonlight. So please don't be that person who will start saying forex is a scam. Forex is not a scam. And you never put in the work. And once you put in the work, just like you go to the gym to go and gym, you cannot be looking at your chest and expecting your chest to grow. If you carry that in very well, your body will tell you, oh, my body don't do. My chest everywhere just fluffy. You feel it. You feel them. Profitability is not a destination, it's a realization. Okay. Chukuma said, thank you, sir, for this teaching. I don't get them clear. I don't have any question because everything that you said is well explained. Thank you very much for that. I think on that note, I'll say to have a lovely night rest. And for those of you who might be wanting to join the Uncommon University, we have a 50% discount ongoing for the month of November. So you can as well reach out to me personally if you want, and we'll have you into the Uncommon University. W in the chat, drop W in the chat if you know you actually had a very amazing session tonight. Or don't even waste your W's. Go on Twitter and tag me if you really had an insightful session tonight. Yes, please. Who's that?
I want to join the Uncommon. It's Ralph. I want to join Uncommon University.
Are you insulting yourself? You listen to chairman you be.
But the fact is that you say there is discount.
Anyways, for the purpose of this class, I can give everybody for the previous price 50% off. If you're willing to join, you can join. Everybody in fact, Uncommon University students, you guys should drop W in the chat. They know themselves, so they know that voltage is power. We don't talk, they do. So please,
Uncommon, my voltage don't feel
W the No wahala. So guys, please, if you know you found this very insightful tonight, this session, please go on Twitter, tag me, drop just some sort of appreciation that you really got an insightful session today. Perhaps might actually spur me to do another one next time. But then again, I wish you all the best, and I hope what I've said to you guys has been quite insightful. Thank you very much for joining in. My man was good.